Welcome to CBSE English Teacher. Let's look at the line by line explanation of the lesson Deep Water for Class 12 English. Let's begin with the lesson now. I flailed at the surface of the water, swallowed and choked. I tried to bring my legs up, but they hung as dead weights, paralyzed and rigid. A great force was pulling me under. I screamed, but only the water heard me. I had started on the long journey back to the bottom of the pool. Flailed means waved his hands. Choked means unable to breathe. And rigid means hard. William waved his hands at the surface of the water for help, but he swallowed water and choked himself. He tried to pull his legs up, but they were very heavy and lifeless. He felt that something was pulling him towards the depth of the pool. He screamed, but his voice didn't go out of the water. Once again, William started going down towards the bottom of the pool. I struck at the water as I went down, expanding my strength as one in a nightmare fights an irresistible force. I had lost all my breath, my lungs ached, my head throbbed, I was getting dizzy. But I remembered the strategy. I would spring from the bottom of the pool and come like a cork to the surface. I would lie flat on the water, strike out with my arms, and thrash with my legs. Then I would get to the edge of the pool and be safe. Expanding means losing or giving out. Ached means pained. Throbbed means felt pain in a series of beats. Dizzy means faint or unsteady. Strategy means plan of action. Strike out means extend. And thrash means hit with force. William tried to save himself from drowning in the pool and tried to grab something, but as there was water all around, he could not do so. He compares his situation to a person who sees a nightmare and fights against the dreadful dream but is unable to ward it off. William was breathless. He felt pain in his lungs and his head felt a sensation of beating. He was getting unconscious, but he could recollect the plan to save himself. As his feet touched the bottom, he would take a leap and jump up to the surface in a jiffy. Then he would lie on his back, hit the strokes with his limbs, and reach to the edge of the pool to safety. I went down endlessly. I opened my eyes, nothing but water with a yellow glow, dark water that one could not see through. And then sheer, stark terror seized me. Terror that knows no understanding, terror that knows no control, terror that no one can understand who has not experienced it. I was shrieking underwater. I was paralyzed underwater, stiff, rigid with fear. Even the screams in my throat were frozen. Only my heart and the pounding in my head said that I was still alive. Stark means severe. Seized means gripped. Shrieking means screaming. Paralyzed means incapable of movement. And pounding means repeated beating. William sank into the pool and the journey downwards seemed endless. He opened his eyes. There was water all around. It had a yellowish glow and he could not see through it. This terrorized him. He says that his feelings cannot be explained, but it can only be understood by those who have experienced a similar situation. He was screaming in the water. He was unable to move due to the fear. His screams also froze. Only his heart beat and the beating in his head indicated that he was alive. And then in the midst of the terror came a touch of reason. I must remember to jump when I hit the bottom. At last I felt the tiles under me. My toes reached out as if to grab them. I jumped with everything I had. In the midst of means between. In between the phase of terror, William recollected the plan that he had to take a jump as he touched the bottom of the pool. As he felt the tiles of the bottom of the pool, his feet used all the strength he had and he jumped up. But the jump made no difference. The water was still around me. I looked for ropes, ladders, water wings. Nothing but water. A mass of yellow water held me. Stark terror took an even deeper hold on me like a great charge of electricity. I shook and trembled with fright. My arms wouldn't move. My legs wouldn't move. I tried to call for help, to call for mother. Nothing happened. The effort went in vain. He was still submerged in the water. He looked around for help, for any rope, ladder, or water wing with the help of which he could rescue himself. He could only see water all around him. It was as if a chunk of yellow water had grabbed him. The terror grew intense. It was like an electric shock that ran through the whole body. He trembled with fright. He could neither move his limbs nor call out for help. And then strangely there was light. I was coming out of the awful yellow water. At least my eyes were. My nose was almost out too. Then I started down a third time. I sucked for air and got water. The yellowish light was going out. Then all effort ceased. I relaxed. Even my legs felt limp and a blackness swept over my brain. It wiped out fear, it wiped out terror. There was no more panic. It was quiet and peaceful. Nothing to be afraid of. This is nice to be drowsy, to go to sleep, no need to jump, too tired to jump. It's nice to be carried gently, to float along in space, tender arms around me, tender arms like mother's. Now I must go to sleep. Ceased means ended, and limp means lifeless. Something strange happened, and William saw light. His eyes came out of the water. His nose was almost out of it. Then he started going downwards into the pool for the third time. He tried to breathe but gulped water instead. The light went out as he drowned again. Then he stopped making efforts to save himself. William relaxed. His legs became lifeless and his brain experienced a blackout. The fear ended. He did not panic. He became quiet and experienced peace. He was not afraid of drowning anymore. He felt sleepy, was tired to jump up, felt nice to be carried in his mother's arms as he felt sleepy. I crossed to oblivion and the curtain of life fell. The next I remember I was lying on my stomach beside the pool vomiting. The chap that threw me in was saying, "But I was only fooling." Someone said, "The kid nearly died. Be alright now. Let's carry him to the locker room." Oblivion means the state of being unaware or unconscious of what is happening around one. And curtain of life fell means life came to an end. William became unconscious as he drifted away towards death. When William gained consciousness, he was lying on his stomach beside the pool and was vomiting. He heard someone scolding the boy who had pushed him into the pool. The voice said that William had almost died, and the boy replied that he was fooling with him. The voice asked the boy to carry William to the locker room. Several hours later, I walked home. I was weak and trembling. I shook and cried when I lay on my bed. I couldn't eat that night. For days, a haunting fear was in my heart. The slightest exertion upset me, making me wobbly in the knees and sick to my stomach. Wobbly means weak. After many hours, William walked home. He felt weak and shivered. He kept on crying as he lay on the bed. He was unable to eat food. The fear kept on haunting him for many days. The incident made him physically upset. The slightest walk made him feel that his knees were unable to bear his weight. He would feel like vomiting. I never went back to the pool. I feared water. I avoided it whenever I could. William did not go to the swimming pool as he feared the water. He remained away from water.